Hi, Matt Chinian here. Welcome to my studio. I thought I'd show you some fresh paintings and talk about it a little bit. I'll be having an open studio with a plein air demonstration on the 25th of this month. This is a fried dough cart or truck or trailer or whatever you call it. It was hanging out at the Dollar General, and I went to paint it because the sun was bright on it and it was just perfect right there. And then I was painting it, and the guy came up and took it away. But I had about 45 minutes, so I had plenty of time really to get it. I stayed and did some of the background. But I love it when the light, you can catch something like that with the light just on it, and there was plenty of room to park. There was nobody around or in the near vicinity. It wasn't like it was an issue. A couple days before that, I went over to, this is Battenville Bridge over the Batten Kill. And it struck me that light on the concrete pier really struck me in a way that it hadn't before. And close up on it, I think kind of worked in a way. And it's very impressionistic. I mean, it's usually those little brush strokes and stuff like that. And it's sort of fun to do that once in a while. I don't do it all the time, but when I hit foliage and stuff, it's kind of not pushing it, but it's doing it. And then a couple of days before that, I was on more. This is South Cambridge. It was kind of on the late side of the day, so shadows were getting on. It was a great time to paint. I love to paint during that time. It's often very hectic because you know it's not gonna last. This hay wagon had a flat tire, and I was like, oh, okay, it's not gonna move too quickly. And I was there for about half an hour, maybe a little more, getting in. And the farmer and his kid came up and started fixing it. They just blocked it up and said hi and went away. But there was plenty of time. And hay wagons like that, they're something kind of special. They seem to revisit things time and time again. I'm not sure if it's to try to get a better version of the one I had before or different. Here is a headstone it's in the old Turnpike graveyard, which is kind of antiquated. It's a way of saying cemetery. And the backs of these tombstones have this I guess it's like a fungus or something. I'm not sure what it is. A lichen or something, but it's this orangey kind of color. And it's actually really very striking. It's actually kind of cool. So I was there about maybe a month ago, maybe a little less. I'll show you that picture in a minute. And I didn't quite get the color right the first time, and it didn't quite have the same amount of drama to it. But the pattern of those lichen or whatever you call it is kind of an interesting thing. It reminds me of a lot of the patterns in the world that you see. There's a certain regularity to it, and there's a certain irregularity to it. And how that works is kind of fascinating. It's kind of the way nature works. There's certain rules to it, but it's also very random, or seemingly random. The one I did, I'll change the order. I did this. Of course, I haven't done it. It's April 22nd, so about a month before. I didn't think this was colorful enough, and I have a tendency to wash things out. But there's things I like about it too. I like the frontalness of that. And sometimes I think that's the two extremes. I don't know if you see that together. Two extremes of the shadows. So I might yet again have to go again to see if I can get what I thought. The other thing that happens a lot in the spring is you get certain things flower at a certain time. This is a lilac, and it was flowering like last week, and it's just such a great thing to paint. It's just a great thing to have around. They smell nice. It's right here. It's just a little fun thing. I was also I was playing with the negative space in there and using that, trying to play with that because I was kind of. Now before that, I went to the Champlain Canal and was kind of curious. I've gone back there many times over the years, and this part of the canal really fascinates me. It's just a lead up to the. It's a pretty heavy, pretty solid wall. There's a bridge holding on, bridge on one side and whatever, the dirt on the other side. And I sort of was fascinated by the light, the way the light kind of comes in really bright here. And that's all you get. That's just a little bit of light. Everything else is dark and somber in the water and the concrete. And the last one I'll do for now, for this video, is a look out the front door, my studio door. And again, the tree this year was spectacular. We had a spectacular showing of white blossoms on I think it's a choke cherry, but I may be wrong. It might be an apple, it might be a crab apple. But I don't have crab apples. Anyway, every so often it's just spectacular. You just open the door and it's like, wow, and there you don't even have to, leave the studio to have the most magnificent plein air experience. And this is, again, I did a painting of this a couple of years ago. I don't have it right here. It's in the files, but I do tend to revisit things, and I think it helps. I think you have a new perspective on things, and so there it is. So next, like about 2-3 weekends, the 25th, the Sunday, I'll be having an open studio. I'll do a plein air demo, and I'll do it right out in the yard. And if it's raining, we'll do it in here. Maybe I'll just do something like this, look out the window. So thank you for tuning in. If you have a minute, sign up for my newsletter, and I'll send you announcements and stuff like that. Thank you. Bye-bye.